it on the moonlight. Don't blame it on the good times. Blame it on Robin. Welcome, 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 welcome back. Welcome, we're back.
Yes.
Thursday night at 7 o'clock, the beauty and the comedian with my host with the most, Robin Jones,
Hey y'all.
and me, Sean Sarvis, where we
Yeah.
come with the interesting topics for Thursday night. I love this song. Don't blame it
So
on the
do I.
moonlight. Don't blame it on the good times. Blame it on Robin. Okay.
You're
I
so
don't
funny.
I don't know why we blame
I
it
don't
on
know the words. What are the words?
I,
Blame it on the what?
blame it on sunshine, blame it on the moonlight, blame it on the good times, blame it on the boogie.
Oh, okay.
Mhm.
I already know the words.
But
I'm
I jazzed it up. So
impressed.
we wasn't here last week. So we're
Yeah.
here. We're back this week. So how was your Thanksgiving?
You know what? My Thanksgiving actually it was pretty good. It was nice. I spent it with my friend who she was unable to go home for Thanksgiving. So
Okay.
my mom like cooked. Like my mom did the whole. She cooked for like 2 days type thing, and then guess what she did?
What she do?
She left them in Tupperware on the bags on the front stoop. so so on Thanksgiving Day, she wanted to say hi. Me and my son came up. We picked up our bag, and then in crossing, my brother and his family came and they picked up their bags.
So your mother not letting nobody in the house because of Corona?
So yeah,
Older people don't be playing. They like, look, you ain't gonna
yeah,
kill me. You are not gonna kill me.
yeah.
So
I mean, I try to visit my parents from time to time, but they be just like.
no. Even Mr. Jones,
yeah, you know I gotta see my daddy every week. So
even Mr. Jones. Oh my
so
goodness, that's
yeah,
serious.
but they are messed up. But like, my nephews were coming from out of town and stuff like that. So they just made sure, I think it was just equal rights because I think that they would have let me in with no problem, but it was them
Right, right.
that and so they didn't want to seem like they giving me the good treatment, even though I'm the baby girl. I get that.
Yeah. Well, baby girl got on. They lock it and bolting the doors. They're like everything is out front. Look, look.
and
Can
so
I get some ketchup? It's out front.
and so the I'm gonna see if I can get a picture, but yeah, so all our food was on the front stoop, and it was so delicious. But I hung out with my girl, which was cool. And how was yours? What did you do in your family?
Well, we ate turkey and ham and candy yams and macaroni and cheese. Everything was good until that football game. Uh, till that football game, and I really could put. I wanted to throw up. So so my Thanksgiving was good. So let's get right into it.
Okay, so what you
All
want to talk
right,
about?
we got three topics tonight. Our first topic is: does your ex deserve a second? Do your exes deserve a second chance?
Okay.
Yeah,
Hmm.
probably none of mine, but
Okay, and then we're going to talk about would you put your life on hold for your partner to finish school, to accomplish something that takes, an extreme amount of time? Would you actually put your life on hold for them?
that's good. And
Mm.
the third topic is chivalry dead?
Mm. Is
It,
it?
yeah, because women killed them. But
Oh,
anyway, we
you gonna make me make this into adult show, and not a
oh,
family show.
Lord. Okay. Does your exes deserve a second chance? It depends on if he or she was the reason that y'all broke up. Yeah.
How you
So,
say that?
huh? Because it depends on if he okay, if she cheated or he cheated, then do they deserve a second chance? So I say, first of all, America, everybody deserves a second chance. I think that everybody deserves a second chance, but you have to use discernment and understand the reason why y'all broke up. So if like she first of all, I think that if the person has counseling, if the person has counseling, right? Second of all, if they're serious about their religion, if they're serious about their religion, it takes that person takes a second chance. But who falls on the dingaling? Oops, I made a mistake. I fell up on the dingaling. I am so sorry. I fell up on the dingaling. Or who falls in some what's the name?
It happens.
It happens. Who falls into what's the name? And then I'm so
The
sorry.
floor was slippery.
Yeah. But I think that but I think that it depends on actually what is the initial thing that you did. So I heard relationships. I've never been in one, but I've heard relationships that if a person cheated on somebody, right, then they truly sorry. It just happens. I don't know how it happens. It just happens. So at the same time, you have to measure the person's heart or whatever. But what do you say?
I say that there is a reason why that person is an ex.
Okay.
And it just needs to stay at that. It doesn't even matter the reason. There for some reason that person is not for you and it does not work. And so therefore let it be but I've always been like, my friends sometimes tell me sometimes like I'm the dude, because like it's just like when you see the signs, I'm done. Like that skirt bye, kick you to the curb. I am done.
Right.
I don't do all that extra. I mean, I try. So let me say this. I do try to. I think I'm a person that like sees everything and I can see the road we're going down, you know. And I mean, I've been in that giggly love, but as soon as I see the light, it's done.
Right.
And
Right.
I've actually been kind of vicious about it, and it's not an intentional viciousness. It just there ain't no need to let this thing drag on you.
Right. Right. But I think it all starts in the beginning. It depends on how crazy you are over the person, right? And and then like your heart plays a big deal in it, because like kind of think about it. I kind of was like, well, me and my kids, me and the twins' mother, we would I actually wasn't no get back together. We broke up. So she was like, well, give me a chance. You just know me because I was pregnant and my hormones were out of control, and so you give me a chance. And so really, to be honest with you, well, it's in my book. It was a one night stand. It basically was a one night stand. So I really didn't have too much love for her, but I was willing to try for my kids. And so we were just two different people. I think one thing is that she was from New York, and so she kind of grew up differently than I did, and then I had that. She had a New York mentality. I had a DC mentality. We was on two different wavelengths. But at the same time, I think that if I would have been like madly in love with her, if I would have been like madly in love with her, then I would have like, okay, well, this is my kid's mother. Let me go ahead and give this an opportunity. But that was it.
So I kind of had one leg up on you. I had a 2-night stand, and with my son's father, and it was well, we tried to make it work. I don't believe in I didn't believe in the getting married just because we had a kid. I knew that there was still more that needed to be developed, and it was clear to me that he just wasn't what I was looking for, and
Right.
on some levels, it was not on my level, and it's
Right.
not to put him down. He just wasn't really what I wanted.
Yeah.
So so it was easy for me. I hate to say it like that, but it was easy for me to say, okay, this won't be more than this.
Yeah, because generally you have spent time with that person, you got to know that person, good or bad, and then even before they even did something, if they did something wrong before they did something, you like, man, if I could find a way out of this, I would find a way. I'm thinking about faking my death. I'm thinking about, yeah. Because so many times I'm thinking about faking my death. I was like, man, let me throw a dummy out the monument window or something.
Oh Lord.
Yeah, let me try to fake my death or whatever, right? So it's like when they did something, it was like, well, good. Break it up. I don't go with you no more. We break it up.
Now I've set somebody up for them to break up with me.
What?
I'm not. Oh, I can't believe I'm admitting to this. But there is one person that I actually set up so that they could cheat on me, so that I could say, "See ya."
Wow.
I did.
How did you set them up? You had like a butt naked girlfriend go over his house or what? How did you?
Something like that.
What?
Something like that. Yeah. Yeah.
Man, women be scheming and plotting on a whole different level.
Well, yeah. Look, and I'm really not that type of person, but it was a lot to that situation.
I mean, nothing entered in your mind was like, you know what, we're over because your personality and my personality don't mix. You was like, no, I'm gonna set this Negro up. Yeah.
Because it was, the person wasn't taking no for an answer.
Okay, got you.
And so they kept at it with me and kept at it with me. And I knew, and they knew too, that it was like done. So yeah, I did that. I was bad, and I did that. But you know what else? When I what I find is, when you find someone, that's when everyone comes out the woodworks, and that thing is real. So I like my exes be coming out the woodwork now, and they be like, "Hey, you so sexy!" Like sending me pictures of like 1987 with them. Childhood pictures. Oh, we were so cute back then. And
They had pictures of you back there.
Yes, like me and them, like hanging out in the neighborhood, or when I was at college, and I'm sitting up here like, really?
I thought you were about to say they were sending like old pictures of their dingaling. Like, look, now this was when I was 15. I was a little short then, but this is when I was 19. I was growing into my age.
I can't.
I thought you were saying that.
No.
So men do send regular pictures through the DM. I did not know that. Okay, great.
They only send those. You were so simple. Oh my goodness. Yeah. So a lot of them now will be like, "Hey, Robin, oh my God, long time. Oh, oh, I see you wrote a book." That I'll be like, "Did you buy it?" They be like, "No." I'll be like, "All right, keep going."
Yeah.
I'm like, come on now, don't talk about it. You gotta be about it. I mean, like, because I'm really about a guy of action. I don't believe in like a lot of words and all that. Like that's like,
right.
But like, hey, we were so good together.
Yeah. And it's so funny because when you're in it, you don't see it. And then now that you moved away from it, you're like, oh God, oh God, no. Yeah.
Yeah. And especially the ones like I've had a couple that cheated on me and got caught. And I'm just like, no. Oh, I wish I had known back then.
Yeah, everybody's so sorry and sentimental.
I mean, violins, can we get going with that one? It's sad.
Mm-hmm.
It's sad.
Yeah, but has it been one that actually cheated or did you wrong, and then later on you realize that they deserve a second chance?
No.
Okay. All right. So next subject. Next subject.
So Sean, would you put your life on hold? Let's say, even if it's your girlfriend, I don't know if you want to get married again, Dr. Love, but if you're going to get married or just in a long-term partnership, would you put your life on hold at this time to let your partner, let's say, try something new? Like I was talking about today, I was like, I need to go into my second career. And I'm 48 years old, talking about
Right.
I want to do a second career, and I was talking about dental school. So
Mm.
that's something that takes time. But
Mm-hmm.
would you, as a man, if you was dating someone and they said, you know what, I want to change my career, I want to go back to school, would you say, I got this?
Well, at 48 years old, um, we would have to probably not be married, because it depends on a lot of stuff. It depends on, of course, your
Mm.
age, of course, your dependence. So, so I got a lot. Well, I don't have a lot of kids, but at the same time, I got 3 kids. You know what I'm saying? So it depends on how many kids do you have or whatever, and then how long it's going to take you to complete your career. Like with me, like just an example for me, and this is a true story. Kevin Hart, if you read my book, Kevin Hart used to sleep on my couch, and he asked me, would I go to LA with him or whatever, to kind of really get deep in my career. And so at the time, and this sounds so funny, but at the time I was a manager at Red Lobster. I had a nice car. I had furniture, so a bedroom furniture, little living room furniture, tables, all that. So I was kind of comfortable. So I
Mm.
didn't want to jeopardize all that and go and sleep on somebody's floor for like God knows what, because there's no guarantees in it.
Right.
And so I chose, well, everybody knows I chose not to because I'm still here. So, but at the same time, if I was married, that would took a lot of toll on my marriage, because for one, what if I mean that was of course before I got married. So what if my wife was in her career and I'm like, okay, well, I'm about to go to LA. Okay, now the family is apart. Not only that, I got kids or whatever, so the kids are apart. Well, it just depends on a lot of things. But I think that when you're younger, the world is your oyster. So you can kind of do that. Like if I want to go and be a doctor or whatever, and it takes 6 years to get my degree or whatever. Okay, maybe I'm 18 or 20. So 26 years old, I'm still young. You know what I'm saying? And then I complete my degree. I can do what I want to do. But like at 48, please let me get married and tell the woman that, okay, well, I'm about to go out to LA, love you. And nobody's gonna wait for that. Nobody, and like I said, it's no guarantees in it. It's no guarantees. So
So
I could tell when you have a problem with something, because you always acting like you scared to say something or slow to speak. Go ahead.
no, you know what? So I think that I would wait for the person, and that kind of surprises me because I'm not a patient person. But I think that I will wait, and I'm only saying that because you know I'm pretty set in my career right now. And so for me to be set in my career, I have options. I mean, I'm already in pension. I already have. So if I stay, I know that right now getting married, I can handle my household.
But at the same time, at this age, I mean, it depends on what the other person is doing. So like, it depends on how much money they make. Can they support the household while you go? I mean, honestly, now this is the thing though. You can go and have a a career, start a new career, but at the same time, you gotta work your old job. So as for you, if you want to start a dental career, you can do dental stuff at night.
So
But
you
then,
would make me work during the day and go to school at
but
night?
that's what you want to do. So at the same
So
time,
it would go so much faster if I just went just all day and just took care of it and knocked
but,
it out.
but life gets in the way and everything is not good. So right now, I could be making I could be making six figures right now. So then at the same time, stuff will get rough. I mean, this pandemic. But we got Biden in office, but who's to say that he has to revamp everything, and it takes time to revamp everything. So then, it takes so like maybe your significant other has to take a pay cut. So like he's making $100,000, so then they cut him down to 75, which is still good, but then he still lives a lifestyle of a six-figure salary, but he lost $25,000. So then therefore I need your help.
So, but you know what? So that's the one thing I didn't say that I will say. This is the only place where I'm a little selfish. I will want to be able to maintain what I have going. So when I want to travel, I'm a travel. When I want to do something, I want to do something.
But you know what, Robin? At the same time, you like your little money. You like your little money, and your little money is your little money, and you don't want nobody dipping in your little money.
But that's what I'm saying. So like right now, like if somebody came in my life and we were about to if if someone came into my life and we were about to merge, like right now I know that I can handle my lifestyle, my house, everything that's entailed in my house, everything else that's coming in right now is a bonus. Okay, now I get that life happens. My girl Kiva just said it happened in her house when her income dropped and her income dropped because she changed in going in different states. It's the income is different, and so I just think that. Uh, I would wait. I would wait. I'm gonna say that.
You
I
wait.
would, I would wait for them to finish school and I would allow them because guess what? I think that if he can get himself together, then that will make our life a lot easier and a lot happier. And we'll sacrifice a little bit. I'm going to sacrifice some things. I'm not sacrificing all things, but I will sacrifice things for him to get through. But I would want, so you know what? When I was trying to get my I was going to actually go get my PhD and I didn't. But when I was taking my master's classes, like some people were coming in and they were saying they had to move back with their mama, they had to quit their job, and I never had those options because I was a single mother, you
Mm-hmm.
know. And I would hope that if I said to my man that you know, let's I want to do this, I would hope that he supports me and not make me um have to just if it gets to a point where I just need to in a sense do it just that and I can't do a lot of stuff so that I can focus and get that done, I would want him to help me figure out a way to do that.
Well, you know what? At least that you don't have that stuck mentality. At least you don't have that mentality like, well, I'm somewhere years old. It's too late for me. I can't do so and so. At least you don't have that. I really admire that about you. But at the same time, it's like I can't ask anybody. Like even for me, even for me, I'm a DC comic. I'm based out of DC or whatever, right? I can't ask nobody. Okay, well, you married me. Okay, well, let me go off and really get serious about my career. About my career, when we're 48, 50 years old, and so in that case, I mean, I can do that, but I don't expect nobody to marry me while I go pursue my career. So but like I have to commend you because your mentality is not stuck, because a lot of times we get old, we like, I can't do that no more.
What do you think about, let's say, so because we are talking about COVID and people have lost their jobs and people aren't able to find something easily, would you allow this time for somebody to go back to school or to do something that will get them a program or something that will get them the skills so that they can get back on their feet? Or would you say you need to work at Target that day while you go to school at night?
You know what? That's a really tough question because, like I say, I mean, like just take for instance. I'm gonna be very real with you. Just take for instance of my life right now.
Mhm.
Ain't no shows going on. No
Right.
shows. I mean, I'm doing virtual shows, but really people think like,
$35.
oh, okay, well, since you ain't here and you ain't paying for no gas and you can take a cut. Right. So like at the
Mhm.
same time, it's hard to book shows now because people want you to work for cheap because they feel as though that you're not there. So like for me to get married, yeah, I have to go find a job. I have to go find a job to replace. I'm really at the point now. I'm ready to go and find a job because at the same time, it's like ain't nothing coming. We don't know how long we're going to be in this pandemic. I mean, it
Yeah.
might take us 6 months, 8 months, a year, another year to get out of this mess, But it's no live shows, like you was laughing, but I was very, very offended when a couple of weeks ago somebody asked me to do a show for $35. I'm like, don't you ever call a comedian a veteran comedian. I've been doing this stuff for 20 years. Don't you call a veteran comedian and charge him that?
Now look, I wasn't laughing at it. I was laughing because I understand what you were saying.
Yeah,
You know,
I'm
people
like,
will always try to find a hookup or something like that, but that right there, they don't understand the livelihood of your business.
right. So like if so first I had my unemployment and my books and my virtual shows that I would do from time to time. Now my unemployment is cut. So then what? So then I got like my books and
What you got?
I got my books
You got
and
a book?
yeah, I got a book.
What book you got, Sean?
I got a book right here. Yeah, I got a book right here. And the little virtual comedy shows that people are trying to cut down or whatever. Well, how much you would do for 10 minutes? I'm not getting on a live for 10 minutes. All I want you to do is 5 minutes. How much you do for 5 minutes? I'll be doing shows for 2 minutes. I said thank you and good night, and that's it. Crazy.
Exactly.
Yeah, crazy. So at the same time, be a gentleman. Be a gentleman and ask me. And come with some loot. That's to the public. Be a gentleman. Yeah, because it's online. But at the same time, I do understand that nobody's paying to come into a show, so I get that. But you got to offer me something.
It's your time and your talent. So.
Exactly. So you got to pay me. You got to pay me some. But anyway, I don't want to get into the tangent of that. But be a gentleman. But speaking of gentlemen, is chivalry dead?
So chivalry actually is not dead. I find that there's a lot of gentlemen out there, and I just love it. And what I can also appreciate is men are actually kind of easy to be trained if they're not chivalrous. Sorry, because like you got to do the simple things like they know that they supposed to walk on the outside near the street on the sidewalk. I mean,
but a lot of men don't know that. A lot of men don't know that.
Correct. So and so then what you gotta do is just walk. Sometimes I just walk on the inside on my own, and if they push me back out on the street, we got a problem.
Right.
But like I give those subtle like hints of I had to learn not to touch the door. But so let me say this: there was a time where I kept saying men aren't, but I never gave people an opportunity to be chivalrous. So, as a independent Black single mama, I was opening my own doors and, just, immediately taking my wallet out at dates, all that kind of stuff. And so I had to,
I don't see no check. Yeah.
I had to like start giving men the opportunity to be men. And I'm going to say the men that I know, for the most part, stepped up.
You know what? I blame it on. It's two things I blame it on. Some men don't want to know. Some men like walking on the outside of the street, the
Mhm.
woman being on the inside, opening doors or whatever. Now I think one part of it, and excuse me if I'm out of bounds or out of pocket. But one thing is that women want to be demanding. A lot of women want to be in control, and that's cool. I don't have a problem with that. But at the same time, men just forget. Like I don't know. Like I mean, me and the girl are in the car. I get out the car, and and I expect for her to get out the car.
Right.
But if we're like, if we're like, I don't want to limit myself. I know women out there cussing me out, but if we're like at like a nice fancy place, I'll get
Mhm.
out the car and I'll open the door for her or whatever. And then I definitely don't let no female touch any doors.
So wait a minute, you gotta be at a fancy place for you to remember to
That's
open
what I'm
the door.
saying. That's not because it's the whole mood of it. It's the whole
Mhm,
mood. But like
mhm.
somebody asked me, like, Sean, if you really, 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 really like me, you wouldn't open my door. And I said, you know what? Yeah, I would. I would. But like at the same time, it's not I'm not really conditioned to do so. I think I'm a gentleman. I think I'll pull out chairs and open doors and car doors. It's hard for me, man, because I be thinking like I got my cell phone, I got my wallet.
And you forget about so and the other thing that I realized is that people get really comfortable. So when the first time, of course, I met my dude, I went out of town, and at the airport, it was take my luggage, open the door,
Yeah,
all of that stuff. And like the last couple times, like he looked at the sidewalk and was like, "Come on," and I was like, "No,
you look at
get
the
this
sidewalk. What do you
luggage."
mean?
Cause I was standing on the sidewalk outside the airport with my luggage, and he was just looking at us, and I was like, "Okay, you gonna get the luggage?" So either I'll walk away and leave the luggage there, and hope he don't pull off, or you
He
know,
can put the luggage in the car.
or I have to say, "Hey, you gonna put this luggage in there?" And
See,
you know,
see
I
that?
know I just took it through the airport, and I know I just had my hands on it, but but once I reach you supposed to take that thing out my hand, and I ain't supposed to worry about nothing.
Now you
And
know what? That's pre booty. That's before he got some booty. So men, yeah, men, we are very, very like gentlemen. We'll open up the door and we'll pull a chair out and
yeah,
everything. You got food in your mouth,
yeah.
we'll wipe them out. That's pre-booty. When we get when you like, you better come on, you better come on, you better come on.
Exactly. Cause I was like, I'll stand there and I'll be like,
Yeah, exactly.
trying to give him looking down at my luggage, like, you got
Yeah.
this, you
Pre-booty,
know.
pre-booty, we'll do anything and everything. We be pulling out chairs. We be getting up, wiping food off your mouth and everything.
All that cute little stuff.
Look. When you pull up to when we pull up to the house and we'll let you out or
Um,
whatever, and we'll walk you to your door or whatever, and maybe get a kiss, maybe not get a kiss, but we'll walk you to your door, make sure everything's fine. Well, after we got it, shoot. As soon as you step out the car, we drive it on. Whoa.
exactly.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
so I just but I stop at the door and I make sure that they open it. I do all of that. So if they forget it, I'ma remind them.
Dave Chappelle had a funny joke one time. He said that women actually kill chivalry because how they dress sometimes, right? So he was like this. He said take it like, take it like she was a police officer. So she was dressed
Mm.
up as a police officer, right? And so somebody had robbed you on the street, right? And so you would go up to her because she dressed and looked like a police officer. You would go up to her and you like, hey, police officer, did you see them rob me? They robbed me. And she was like, I'm not a police officer. I just dress like one.
Oh.
Yeah. Right. So I was like, yeah, because like, yeah, I mean, I don't do this, but men be in the club grabbing. Ask our president, we be in the club grabbing crotches and butts and breasts and all that stuff. Your high pie hanging out, and then I don't do that stuff, but they want to grab and stuff like that. But he was like, I'm not a police officer. I'm just dressed like one. I thought that was hilarious. So I think, yeah, men. I think men can be trained. Cause like I said, I could be trained. Like I could be trained. I could do a lot much better. I can do a lot much better, So, but at the same time, if like, you got a foul mouth and your mouth is potty, and then you got, dress up your hind parts or whatever, and this and third, then you want me to be a gentleman? I think the two don't mix.
Absolutely.
I think the two
So
don't
it
mix.
doesn't. It shouldn't matter what I'm in. It shouldn't matter. It
Yeah,
doesn't matter.
you're right.
But see, that's what I'm talking about. So that goes along with you saying at the fancy restaurant, you remember to open my door. It shouldn't matter if we're at a fancy
It's just
restaurant.
the mood of it. It's like, I've taken some women to some 5-star restaurants or whatever where they, so I like, all right, this is our night, and then, you do the underarm type thing or whatever, and you go sit down. It's just the mood of it. But like if we go on like to a kid's Pop Warner football game, it's like, do I guess I could open the door, but I guess like the mood in it. But I'm like, do I got my cell phone? Do I got my wallet? Do I got my
You're
keys?
preoccupied with your stuff and
Yeah,
not worried about.
exactly.
So see,
I would admit. I'm not going to act like I do all the time. But this is classic. One of my buddies, we was out in front of his house. We was talking. He was out in front of his house talking. So, his daughter was going on a date. So this little fella came up and picked her up on a date. So they were going to the movie. So they drove off. So me and him was out there talking and everything. So, she came back. She came back like right away, like about 20 minutes later. So he was like, "What happened?" So dude just drove off. So he was like, "What happened?" She was like, "He wouldn't open my door." And I was like, "Oh my God," right? He was like, "All right, cool," right? And I said, "Man, you taught her right. You absolutely taught her right that the guy has to open up doors or whatever." So
I'm wondering, are we raising our young ladies to do that or want that? Because I know that when I was raising my son, man, you know, I don't have to, when we pull up to the gas station, I don't have to get out my car. He like, where your card? But
that's another. I do that. I do that.
he's like, he's like, where's your card? I ain't paying for it. But he knows that he's going to pump my gas, or I stop at the door too. My son has to go, open that door for me as well. Like I have taught my son to do that, and so he is really respectable. I mean, now I don't think he opens the door for his girlfriend. I think that his idea is just hitting the unlock button, but I don't think he walks around and opens the door for her. But for the most part, he does really well.
Well, you
But
raised.
did you do that for your daughters?
Well, you know what? You raising a gentleman. With my daughters, I open the door for them, but then at the same time, I haven't drilled it in their spirit that a guy's supposed to be a gentleman. Now, when they was 14 years old, I took them out on their first date, and that was with me. And so, I told them that, huh?
You said when I was 14, when they was 14.
When they was 14, I took them
Go
out on
ahead.
the first date. And so I opened the door and told them how a guy's supposed to handle himself. So really now that has been like 5 years ago. Now one of my pet peeves is that this is one of my pet peeves that drives me crazy. You're not gonna blow the horn and wave them outside. You gonna come in the house
And
and
me,
you gonna allow me to meet you or whatever, or you will come in the house and say, what's up or whatever. But you're not gonna blow bam, 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 bam. We late. Well, he should have got here early. I'm gonna come in the house. And my daughters actually got mad at me. Daddy, you know him. Look, he could be a killer. I need to look at him from head to toe. Look, give him the stink eye or whatever. But I still got one more daughter left, so I can actually train her
you
up.
can still help the older ones.
Man, they
They
would get
know
mad at
everything
me.
now.
Yeah, because the thing about it is that we're at this age that none of their peers are doing the same thing.
Right.
So I just try to make them be unique. So
I got it.
so we got Robin's. Yeah, Robin's.
Yes, Didi freshman year.
Absolutely. So you definitely want to get this book. Buy this book. It's $8.99.
$8.99 on Amazon.com.
Okay. You want to go through what's in
You
the
know,
book?
I don't want to give it all away as usual, but let me say this is a great stocking stuffer for everyone, especially during this holiday. Books are awesome. Our kids are inside. They need more than technology. You're inside. You need more than just always on technology. So make sure this is DD freshman year. This is about a young lady coming of age. It's the first in the series. But it talks about what she's gone through and how that has, affected her later on in life and just how she lives and how she thinks. But it is a funny book. It's a book that'll have you going, really? Like, you can't believe that's going to happen. Like, when I was writing it and then I would read it, I was like, oh my God, like I was shocked myself. So it is really an easy read. It's only 100 and some pages, 110 or something like that pages. But it is a great, 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 great story.
Okay.
And then what else we got there? Because you talked about it earlier.
My book, The Father, the Son, and the Comedian, the autobiography of Mr. Sean Sarvis. That's me. And so definitely it's a good book. It's a novel, so it's 239 pages.
Woo!
And it deals with my childhood of how I grew up in a glass man in the house. Woof 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 woof. Glass man in the house and everything. And then I grew up. I went to Cross High School, so it talks about that. It's just an autobiography of my life and me doing comedy and the people who I do some name dropping. I do some name dropping.
Really, like who? Who in there?
Kevin
You
Hart.
already told us Kevin Hart was in there. Who else is in there?
Monique.
Monique.
Cedric the Entertainer.
Okay.
Just a lot of folks up in here. And so my book is on actually you can order it on Cash App.
Okay.
Big Sar BIGSARV Big Sar $15. No, I'm sorry, I'm going lower on the price. $18. That includes shipping and handling and everything.
Okay.
So yeah, you go and when it comes, I will sign it and send it back to you.
All right. What a deal. What a deal. Great for the holidays. Like we said, get your good reads in.
Stocking stuffers. Absolutely. Stocking stuffers. So, so $8.99 and $18 ain't going to hurt your pockets that much. So, so, but we want to thank y'all for spending your time and your 45 minutes, because our show is only 45 minutes long, but it's 45 minutes long. We want to thank you for spending your time. And please, if you're on YouTube, hit the subscribe button. If you are on Facebook, just say hey and let us know you're here. I noticed that some of y'all are commenting on stuff. We can't see the comments. unless we cheat and look on our cell phones or whatever. But then
we're gonna start looking every once in a while.
yeah, looking every once in a while, but we still love you and we appreciate you. This show is actually our like 10th show. And so,
Yes.
yeah, so like we have a lot of fun.
We needed confetti.
Yeah. We have a lot of fun every Thursday at 7 o'clock. So please join us. You know, if you can't remember, you can always go back in the middle of the week and check us out. Okay. So we love each and every one of y'all. And that's it.
Peace.
You got anything to say, Robin?
No, I just said it. Peace.
Okay. Peace.